A 17-year-old has been charged with the murder of 3 girls at a dance class in Southport. Bebe King, 6, Elsie Dot Stancombe, 7, and 9-year-old Alice Dasilva Aguiar died after a knife attack at a Taylor Swift-themed event in the Merseyside town on Monday. The teenager, who is due to appear at Liverpool City Magistrates Court later on Thursday, has also been charged with 10 counts of attempted murder. 8 other children and 2 adults who were at the event in the Hart Space Centre were injured, with some still believed to be in a critical condition. The defendant, who cannot be named because of his age, has also been charged with the possession of a bladed article. Merseyside police announced the charges during a press conference just after midnight. Ursula Doyle, Deputy Chief Crown Prosecutor for the Crown Prosecution Service, Mersey, Cheshire, said, "We remind all concerned that criminal proceedings against the defendant are active and that he has the right to a fair trial. It is extremely important that there should be no reporting, commentary, or sharing of information online which could in any way prejudice these proceedings. Our thoughts remain with the families of all of those affected by these harrowing events." Chief Constable of Merseyside Police Serena Kennedy said, "Whilst these charges are a significant milestone within this investigation, this remains very much a live investigation, and we continue to work with our partners from Lancashire Police and Counter-Terrorism Police in the North West." The summer holiday dance class on Hart Street in Southport was being held for primary school children aged 6 to 10. Police were called to reports of a stabbing there just before 11:50 BST on Monday. When officers arrived, they found that multiple people, many of whom were children, had been subjected to a ferocious attack and had suffered serious injuries, Ms. Kennedy said. Police believe a person armed with a knife walked into the building and attacked those inside. 2 adults were critically injured bravely, trying to protect the children from the attack, police said. In a tribute issued through police, Bebe's family said, "No words can describe the devastation that has hit our family as we try to deal with the loss of our little girl, Bebe." Meanwhile, the family of Alice said, "Keep smiling and dancing like you love to do, our princess. Like we said before to you, you're always our princess, and no one would change that. Love from your hero, Daddy and Mummy." Separately, more than 100 people were arrested in a protest in central London on Wednesday night following the deaths in Southport, the Metropolitan Police said. The Met said it made arrests for a range of offences, including violent disorder, assault on an emergency worker, and breach of protest conditions on Wednesday evening. It followed separate unrest in Southport on Tuesday, which came hours after a peaceful vigil was attended by thousands to remember the girls who died. A large group of protesters attacked the front of a mosque, throwing bricks, bottles, fireworks and rocks, while police officers used riot shields to defend themselves as wheelie bins were hurled towards them. A police vehicle was also set on fire. Merseyside police said more than 50 police officers were hurt in a sustained and vicious attack. The force said the violence was believed to have involved English Defence League supporters. It added that those behind the violence had been fired up by social media posts, which incorrectly suggested an Islamist link to Monday's stabbing. In a message widely shared on social media, Elsie's mother Jenny Stancombe condemned the violence. "This is the only thing that I will write, but please stop the violence in Southport tonight," she wrote. "The police have been nothing but heroic these last 24 hours, and we don't need this." Several officers were also injured in separate disorder in Hartlepool on Wednesday, Cleveland police said, after violence broke out in the town. Disorder was also reported in Manchester and Aldershot. No arrests have been made. Following the incidents, the Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer will meet senior policing leaders in Downing Street on Thursday. The Prime Minister's press office said the meeting would be to offer them the government's full backing following multiple high-profile incidents of extreme violence and public disorder on our streets. He will say that the shocking events in Southport this week serve as a reminder of the bravery of our emergency service workers and the vitally important work they do to keep the public safe, it said. While the right to peaceful protest must be protected at all costs, he will be clear that criminals who exploit that right in order to sow hatred and carry out violent acts will face the full force of the law. Subscribe for more updates.